This is Bill with KRS Property Management. We're here in Virginia, and today we're going to talk to you about how to screen for tenants in your Northern Virginia home, whether that's Alexandria, Tysons Corner, Woodbridge, any of those server cities. We're here to kind of give you some guidance on it. So let's say you don't have any problem advertising, you're getting a bunch of leads and you're just, again, overwhelmed. And that's a great problem to have. Now, the next step is, hey, how do I screen the tenant? How do I find the right person or group of people to move into my beautiful home? And that really starts with pre-screening. So you can't ask everybody, hey, before you see my home or before I let you see it, you gotta apply on an application. You don't want to have to make them do that. So a few key questions will go a long way in saving you a lot of time and saving them, the tenant, quite a bit of money. Asking, hey, do you know your credit score? I usually say a Credit Karma is usually a pretty good spot. It's not accurate 100%, but it's a good kind of approximation. What's your income, gross income? And have you ever been evicted? Have you ever had bankruptcy? Any of those sort of things. That should not be your end all be all screening. You should still absolutely do an application, but how someone answers, or the answer to some of the questions you ask will tell you, hey, you know what, you're probably not a good fit, or hey, you're a great fit. I'd love to show you the home, and then we'll do an application. So let's say someone passes your pre-screening. Now what? Well, what you want to do is have them apply. So Zillow, some of the other sites out there, they do have Zillow applications. We use something a little different that's proprietary for our company, but Zillow is kind of good enough. You're not really gonna have the fancy tools that the bigger property management companies have, but it kind of gets you there. I would still recommend, if Zillow has the highest package where it includes the full screening, the criminal credit, all that stuff, you make sure you want to pay extra for that. It's always worth it just to have that peace of mind that they are who they say they are and you're not gonna run into issues. On top of that though, I would still also recommend that you ask for references, ideally either the last landlord that they rented out with or even their employer. So just fact check the employment. Hey, can I get your manager's contact? Just things like that. You don't have to do it every time, but it goes a long way in making sure that their income source is legitimate. That's just something that you always want to check out for, especially with applications and reviewing documents like offer letters, bank statements, pay stubs. If you see like, hey, this doesn't look like an Amazon logo, even though it says Amazon, but there's no Amazon letterhead, there's no Amazon logo, it's not a bad idea to just fact check it. Call the manager, see if it's actually someone from Amazon. Those are things that just, again, low-hanging fruits that's easy to just check in on. The other thing to check in on also is credit. Credit matters a lot. So for us, for single-family homes, we typically take nothing less than a 650 credit score, FICO credit score. The other thing we don't really compromise on is having 3 times the monthly rent as a minimum. So think about this way. If your rent is $2,000, that means your tenant, either one person or collective group, has to make $6,000 a month or more. That's usually a good sign. Like, hey, if all in you make more than 3 times the monthly rent, chances are you're probably going to be more than comfortable taking care of the monthly obligation of renting every month. And other than that, once you screen your tenant, everything checks out, the reports come back clean, you're ready to start your lease, and hopefully your tenants will stay with you month after month, year after year for a very long time, and hopefully they don't have any issues paying the rent. And as always, if you need help managing your Northern Virginia properties, we're all over the state. We are not in Washington, D.C. and any other area in Northern Virginia. If you need help, our information is KRSHoldings.com. Again, we have an office in Arlington, so if you ever need property management help, or if you just need someone to talk to get rental pricing, we're happy to help.